Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Riley's looking at me like, Mom, what are you doing? I've never done this in front of her. So hi baby. Today I'm doing something just a little bit different. I am going to be re-watching one of my old makeup videos, my second makeup video that I ever did, which was my summer sun makeup look. And I'm gonna try and recreate it and see how much we have grown and changed over the years. So if you wanna see how this is gonna turn out, go ahead and please keep watching. So I've got the video back here. We're gonna click on her and watch her, explain what I'm doing, and then tell you how I'm doing things a little differently this time. So the first thing I'm doing in this video is I'm wiping my face with some makeup wipes. I don't need to do that because I've already washed my face and moisturized and all that good stuff. I still use Aveeno makeup wipes, but I use different ones that have some lotion in them. And then for my moisturizer, I actually use Clinique Moisture Surge, 72-hour Moisture Surge. I love this stuff, which is what I'm doing in the video. I'm literally moisturizing, so doing great things. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm using some eye primer. I don't use eye primer anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video while I do this. I don't use eye primer anymore. Most of the time when I do my makeup now, I do my foundation and my concealer and all that kind of stuff. I do my face first because a lot of the products that I've been using eyeshadow wise haven't had a ton of fallout, so I haven't had to worry about fallout. So I'll use the excess of whatever I have left for my foundation and stuff and use that as my eye primer. So since we're following, you know, younger Ceili over here, we're gonna do our eyes first, and I'm gonna go in with my NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the shade Porcelain. So I'm just gonna go in here with my finger, apply that to my lid. We're gonna keep actually moving on to the next so we can see what she does next. What you doing, girl? Okay. Another big change. It looks like young Ceili decided to go straight into the eyeshadow, which we will do in a second. However, I do things differently now. Because I set the concealer or whatever it is that I'm using before I apply shadows. What I did not know back then, that I know now, is that and it makes sense. Powder blends easier when it's on powder. So if you don't, you know, set your primer or your concealer, whatever you're using to prime your eyes with powder first, the shadows that you put on top are not gonna blend out as well as you would hoped. So set that ish. And I am just using my Airspun loose face powder to set this. I just watched the video where Colleen ordered this on Amazon and reviewed it, and I was laughing so hard at the fact that she was like, you know, I don't like it the way it smells, I don't like it at all. She like was hard pass on the Airspun, which is funny because it's such a loved product for so many people. Okay, so we're going in to eyeshadow. What are we doing? We're picking up a yellow shade. It looks like I use a shimmery yellow shade with a fluffy brush. I don't have a yellow shimmer that I just don't have a yellow shimmer, so I'm actually gonna go into my Kat Von D Metal Matte Palette, and there is a beautiful yellow shade in here that I love very much so. We'll pause the video before I move on. It's right here and it's called Feather. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Feather. I'm gonna take that on a fluffy brush. Literally looks like this. I'm just gonna put that on the lid while my dogs play. You're welcome. I'm taking this all the way to the inner corner. Next I am taking, looks like a shimmery orangey shade. Okay, I have that. Calm down. And I'm placing that on the outer third of the eye. Okay, so for that, I am actually gonna go into my Alice Through the Looking Glass palette from Urban Decay. I love this palette, beautiful palette. The drawer pulls out, stunning, okay? I'm gonna go in with my finger. I'm gonna go in with my finger for this. And I'm gonna take Paradox. She looks like that. Beautiful orange shade. And this one does have some shimmer to it, so. Hey guys, you guys wanna chill out back there? Placing that on the outer third of my eye. This is a stunning shade. Very peachy orange, like it's really a calm orange. I like it. Okay, and then before I move on, I'm actually going to, okay, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm gonna blend as much as I can that line between the yellow and the orange. Try and like get it meshed together so it's not a harsh line of orange. And then I'm also going to go in with sort of a, like an angled, there she is. This, it's like an angled brush. I'm gonna go in back into Feather, that yellow shade from the Kat Von D palette, and I'm going to reapply more of that yellow and kind of go back and forth between brushes to kind of make sure that the blend is what I want it to be. And there are some things that I'm gonna end up doing differently with this look today than I did back in the day. Okay, we've got that applied. I don't know if you guys can see the nice blend that we've got going from the yellow into the orange. Blending is kind of like what I did now. I went over to make sure that there's no harsh line between the yellow and the orange. It's like a shimmery peachy shade. Okay, I'm taking that into the crease in the video, and which is not something that I would do now. I wouldn't put a shimmery shade into the crease. It's just not a thing. At least not for me. Some people, it's their jam. I don't like it. And I'm also using it as an inner highlight. But here's what I'm gonna do instead. So I'm actually gonna go into my Looking Glass palette. I'm gonna use the shade Looking Glass. This beautiful, like, pinky sort of skin toned color. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. What do I want? What do I want? I'm gonna take this brush, very similar to the one that I used in the video. Super fluffy, and it's not super dense, so it's not gonna pack a ton of color, which is what I like. But with these shades, there's a ton of fallout, so you have to be careful. Tap that off. I'm gonna put that up top, use that to blend out my colors. And the thing is I'm not going directly in the crease with this because it's not being used as a crease color, it's being used as a blend out color. So I'm actually bringing this up onto my brow bone to kind of diffuse it out instead of getting rid of the color. Because if I put that right in the crease right now, like, I'm gonna lose a ton of color. So you can kind of see, if you look at the difference, this is diffused and blended out. This one, it just blends and stops. So the goal is to diffuse and blend. All right, what do we do next? She's moving around with the skin. Okay. No, we're not there yet. We're not ready to move on to the skin. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I love this look. I think it's beautiful. I obviously have better products now than I did back then to be able to use and recreate this look, but I want it to be a little bit deeper. I did Summer Sun, but I kind of, as I've gotten older and I've changed my style of makeup and what I like to have a deeper, you know, I like to have more depth to my eyeshadow. So I'm actually going to go into my Master Palette by Mario, Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this palette, clearly. And I'm going to go into Isabelle. It's down here. It's this burnt orange shade, and I'm actually going to take that into the outer crease, or outer corner, with a more dense crease brush than the one that I just used. I'm literally just patting that and then circles. This is a matte shade. I'm not using a shimmer for this. And this is going to add depth to this outer corner. I'm basically putting it here in the corner, swirling it around. I'm bringing it down to my lash line just a little bit because I want that lifted effect on the eye. I think it's very gorgeous when that happens. But you build it. Don't add too much at one time. It's easier to add than take away. It's actually a pain in the ass to take away. So just go slow with it. This is not a look that has to be rushed. Give yourself time. If you plan on using this look for an event and you're like, oh, I only gave myself like 10 minutes. It's not happening. Nope, 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 nope. Give yourself time to be patient with this. Okay, so this is already looking more like a me look. I am now going to go back in my Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and I'm going to go into the shade over here. It's called Velvet. Oh, yep, Velvet. I'm trying to memorize all these shade names. Too many. Anyways, this is like burgundy, beautiful deep burgundy color that I'm going to go into, and I'm going to also place that for just a tiny bit more depth on the outer eye. Now with this color, there's a lot of pigment and a lot of payoff. So what I'm doing is I'm dipping into the color straight up and down, but then I'm actually taking it and I'm dabbing it off on the back of my hand before I apply it to my eye, because I don't want too much. Like, I don't want it to be like, you know, in your face dark, but I do want the depth there. Once again, I'm just patting it onto the eye, swirling it, and dabbing. I'm gonna go ahead and dab off if I need to, just to make sure that I'm not overdoing it. I do not want to overdo this color. And then you just, say it with me, blend. So I use the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I still love that stuff. It's an amazing product, but I have a new product that I am very much obsessed with, and that is something that everybody is talking about right now. It's this baby, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Guys, this stuff is amazing. My sister got me on this. It's such a good product. I'm going in with a damp beauty sponge and I'm just putting it all over my face. What I love about this stuff is it really helps. Before I used this stuff, I was not a primer person. Like, I would never use primer. It wasn't my thing. I didn't like, I don't want to say I didn't believe in it, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh, I have to have primer, because I was always moisturizing anyway and putting moisturizer on before doing makeup. So that alone hydrated me and kind of helped the makeup to stick to the face. But then my sister was like, you have to try this. I was like, okay. So I did, and now I'm like, oh, it's so amazing. My skin is, my foundation is flawless every single time I use this stuff. So let's look and see what I did next. BB cream. Okay, I don't use BB cream anymore. I use actual foundation. So I will use that in a second. I'm kind of getting an idea of what I did before. Look at that. Maybelline Instant Age Rewinder. Guys, I still use that. It's literally right here. So we're gonna be using that. Let's go ahead and apply our foundation first, and then we will get to that point. Okay, so I am 2 different shades at the moment of foundation. More so this one. I think I'm going to stick with this one, but I will typically blend these two. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shades 110 and 112. If I'm like real pale, I'll go with mixing these two together. This is too pale for me, but I will mix a little bit in with this and it looks great. Right now, I think I might just be 112. So I'm just gonna apply that in dots all over my face, and yeah. That's the big trick with your foundation, guys. You gotta be patient with it. If you want it to look like super flawless, take your time blending it. This is the most important step to your foundation routine, is making sure that your base is blended. Granted, making sure that your skin is smooth and flawless to begin with is important. So your skincare routine is very important. Your water intake is extremely important and helps with that. So if you're looking for like flawless skin, skincare routine, water intake, important things. We've got our baby's, or not baby skin, our eraser. I put it under my eyes. I'm taking a stipple brush. Ooh. I'm not gonna do that this time. Did I just put it under my eyes? I did. Hide the blemish concealer. I don't have that anymore, so we're just gonna use this as like concealer and highlight and whatnot. But what I like about this is it's not too bright. I don't like putting stuff under my eyes or on my face that's super bright compared to my skin tone. Like, it needs to match a little bit. So this is like barely lighter than my skin tone. A little bit, you can see it, but yeah. And I'm not super heavy-handed with this. I just kind of brush it under, and then I add a little bit on the chin, down the nose, and up here. And I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend it out with this instead of a stipple brush. I'm sad for young Ceili. Why did she do that? Looks like I'm going in with a face powder that looks like CoverGirl face powder. I'm gonna set my face. So once again, air spun, gonna go in with her. And I am going to set my under eye first. So what I like to do is I like to take the end of, like the flat end of the beauty sponge and dip it in. So I've got a ton of product on there. And then I'm gonna go under my eyes because those tend to crease pretty quickly. I'm gonna do that and then powder. So I'm not gonna look down at all. Remember where my powder is and just keep dipping in. And then I'm just gonna lightly go over everything. I'm not doing like a heavy layer at all. Going back into the eyes, lips, and face palette. Blue, okay. This is the pop of color that I put on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna do things, again, slightly different. So I literally, obviously in this video, just went straight in with blue. I didn't put anything underneath it, but for this today, I'm actually gonna go into, I'm gonna take this brush again. I'm gonna make sure that it's wiped as clean as I can get it so that there's not, I mean, there's already not a ton of product on there, but I'm gonna go back into Isabel, which was from my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm gonna brush that underneath the eye first. And the reason I'm doing this is it's gonna help connect this color that we've already placed. And it's just gonna add this beautiful undertone to the blue. Maybe not undertone, but like under base, whatever, you know what I mean? Hopefully, yeah. Just watch you guys are like, I actually have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so after I've done that, then I'm gonna go into the blue, and I'm gonna go in with a really tiny brush for this, super tiny. And I'm gonna go into this color called Watt. This one right here from my Kat Von D Metal Matte palette, and I'm gonna use that, and I'm going up and down with this brush right along the lash line. Taking my time with this because I don't necessarily want it to go in a waterline. Just want it on the lash line. Okay, now that I've got that color placed, I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy brush that I used to place Isabel. Still has some of Isabel on there, and I'm blending that out. I don't want a harsh line of blue on the bottom. I want them to gradually mix together. Okay, here we go. And then before I move on, I'm actually going to add that inner corner highlight that I added before, but I waited this time. I'm gonna go in with Glitz. It's this beautiful shimmery pink shade from the Metal Matte palette, and I'm gonna put that on the inner corner. I'm just using my finger for this. This is stunning shimmery shade, and just adds that oomph. Lighter. I'm about to do something in this video that I'm not gonna do here because I just don't do it anymore. I would tightline my upper lash line to basically make my lashes look longer, but I don't need to do that, so I'm not going to do that. But I am gonna do this. I am taking a white pencil in this video and using that on my lower lash line. For today, I'm actually going to go in with the NYX Wonder Pencil. This is a nude pencil that I am going to use to go into the lower waterline. Looks like we are going in with an eyelash curler and some mascara and lower lashes. So I applied mascara to my upper and lower lashes. Okay, good to know. Let's do that. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lash Sensational. I love this stuff. I used to be obsessed with Better Than Sex mascara, which I still love. I think it's really great mascara, but I am obsessed with this. I will pick this over that any day. And it's cheaper, which is nice. Okay, moving on. What are we doing? Eyebrows. I already know. Girl, she doing her eyebrows. Okay, so clearly I'm using powder. I don't use powder anymore. I do pencils. So I'm actually going in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencils. I've got two. I've got one in like a chocolate brown and one in a taupe. There's a chocolate brown to fill out the majority of my eyebrows, and then I go in with the taupe at the very inner corner of my brows to kind of add a little bit of a ombre effect, but not too much. With the inner corner, I'm just drawing the line, but I'm not filling up because I'm going to do that with the taupe pencil. Going in with taupe, and I'm just working that color up and filling in that front part of the brow. I don't want it to be like dark, 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 dark the whole way across, which is why I did this. Okay, so my brows are on. What did we do next? Back into that palette. Looks like I'm gonna contour, so I'm gonna go into my contour highlight compact palette that I got from, well, I got it from the company that made the products for my school, so it's Pigment Cosmetics. I go into all over my cheeks, I go along my temple and the hairline, and then I brush it under my jawline to accentuate the jawline. This is just a carve. Not only carve my jawline out, but to throw some dimension back in the face because I got rid of it all when I put the foundation on. Typically I'll go in with a smaller brush for my nose. I'm not going to do that. I'm literally just going to pinch this brush together, dip, mix, whatever I need to, and then run that along the side of my nose. I don't always contour my nose, but I do quite, occasionally. I'm gonna get a new makeup mirror soon so that I'm not like covering my face while I do this. I'll have it sitting in front and I'll be able to look and it'll be easier, but for now we make do. We do what we can. After that, I do things a little bit differently now. I actually go into I take the same brush that I used for my contour and I go into my Carly Bible palette and I go into these bronzy shimmery shades. And I use that to kind of bronze up the face. We are not in summer right now, but that doesn't mean that I don't want some sort of glow happening. And I quite literally just go over what I just did. Not heavy-handed or anything like that, just barely, like it's barely there. I don't go on the jawline. I don't think that's necessary, but I will kind of bring it up further on the hairline than I had it before. What do we do next? Blush, 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 blush. Okay, so the blush that I'm currently using is the Milani brush in Tea Rose, number 08. Guys, this stuff is amazing. I love this shade. I'm not a huge blush person, but I love using this because it complements my olive skin tone so nice, and it's really pretty packaging. It's a rose. If you're a scent person, it doesn't have the best scent, but it's beautiful, so I don't complain. subtle. Look at that. I'm going to next do something that I know for a fact I do not do in this video because I didn't do it back then. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to go into my Carly Bible palette into this lighter highlighting shade. And she will highlight. I might actually go in with, no, this might be enough. I think I'm also going to go into my Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I'm running out of this, I need to get more. I'll put that just on top of what I just did. I'm a highlight person, I love me some highlight, okay. And then I'm also going to quickly take that and I'm going to run that onto, I'm going to take this fluffy brush, I'll run the Mary Luminizer onto my brow bone, just to highlight that. Guys, we're almost done. We are almost done. Look how close. We're just doing lips. We're doing lips and then we're done. I used the L'Oreal Riche Balm lipsticks and those are amazing. I love using those, but I don't have them anymore. So I'm actually going to do a different lip combo that thank you, bye Ceili. I'm gonna do a different lip combo that I have been loving lately, and I'm going to go in with my Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Bocce. This is like a purpley nude lip, which I normally would not go for, but this combo that I'm about to do is one of my favorites. I'm just gonna place that all over my lips. Such an interesting shade. Nope. And then I'm gonna let that dry just a smidge. And then on top of it, I'm actually going to go in with this lip crayon pencil in the shade Sweet Spice that I got from Pigment Cosmetics as well. I love this. It's a very deep, I don't know if you can see that color. It's like a taupey mauve color, but it's darker than this. And I'm going to use that to outline the lips and fill in the outer corners to kind of create an ombre effect. So pretty. Lips are done. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.